Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Jen Ko, HuffPost Director of Strategic Innovation. It's great to see so many of you here today because we're so excited to welcome you for a conversation that's really top of mind for many of us. It's about COVID-19, the vaccine rollout, and what life in the pandemic might look like this year. While many of our events are ticketed or open to members only, we're really pleased to be able to offer this event for free to everyone because we want to make sure that everyone has the information they need to stay safe during this global crisis. And I'm just so happy that so many of you can make it. I'm here today with Senior Wellness Editor Lindsay Holmes and medical contributor Dr. Kavita Patel, and I'm going to hand things over to them in just a minute after I go through a few quick instructions. We want to make this as interactive as possible. So if you can, please start your video. You can find that feature at the bottom left of your screen. If you have a technical question or want to reach your moderator, you can reach out to people with the pink and green backgrounds here on Zoom. We have Lizelle Tenglau and Sarah Boltbolts, who'll be your moderators here. If you're watching on a live stream, we've also got moderators Amita and Sarah Kenyon on Facebook and Twitter. We want to hear from you, and so we'll be leaving at least 20 minutes or so for questions at the end. So if you have a question you'd like to ask our panel, all you have to do is raise your virtual hand during the Q&A segment of the event. You can do that by clicking Participants at the bottom of your screen, and then you'll see a panel open up on the right with the Raise Hand option. If you're on a mobile device, click the More button at the bottom right and then select Raise Hand. We'll try our best to get to your question, and when it's your turn, I'll call you up live to ask. I'd like to remind everyone that this event is public, so for your own privacy, I'd encourage you to avoid sharing personal information about your health or anyone else's health in this public forum. And finally, if you'd like to support our journalism, please think about joining HuffPost membership. You'll get access to our comment section, free and discounted to virtual events like this one, and more, and it's free. So all you need to do is go to huffpost.com/subscribe. So now I'm going to hand it over to Lindsay. Please join me in giving her a warm welcome.
Thanks so much, Jen, and thanks everyone for joining. It's really nice to be here and chat with all of you. I am eager to talk to Dr. Kavita Patel, and it also gave me an excuse to get out of sweatpants today, which is always a plus. The last year has obviously really taken a huge toll on our society. Not only are we grieving over 350,000 people who lost their lives to COVID, but we're also dealing with perpetual uncertainty and anxiety. And part of coping with that uncertainty is seeking answers on when we can return to a normal life and what it'll take to get us there. So that's what I'm going to be talking with, to Dr. Kavita Patel about. And we're going to go over what we can anticipate with the pandemic in 2021. We can also talk about the vaccine, reopenings, and a lot more. And as Jen said, we're going to leave some time at the end for your questions on this topic as well. So without further ado, I just want to launch right into it. I want to start with a general overview of the year ahead, and then we can kind of dive into some specifics. But Kavita, what do you think we can expect over the next few months with the pandemic, and what should we mentally prepare for, so to speak?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, and to Huffington Post for kind of hosting this. And I'm really glad, hopefully all of you who have family members or friends, you can hopefully kind of take away a couple of pearls. Number one, I think I'm very optimistic. I know there's always a lot of people who kind of are raising valid concerns around the mutations and concerns about the vaccines and hesitancy. I'm kind of going to show you that I think that 2021 is going to be a transition year, but a transition to something positive. And hopefully we can get through some of these vaccine distribution issues to radically ramp up the amount of vaccine that's going out per day. We're still at about 20 to 50% of states' supply is being administered into people's arms. I'm hoping that gets a lot closer to 90 to 100 in the next month. Unfortunately, at the same time, we are dealing with cases of COVID in many parts of the country, doubling and tripling over the last 4 weeks. I'm just going to give you one statistic. I used to live in LA. In LA County alone, the first 11 months of the pandemic, they had 500,000 cases of COVID. In the last 4 weeks, they've doubled it. So they had 500,000 cases of COVID in the last 4 weeks alone. And some county public health officials estimate that 1 in 3 Los Angelinos actually have COVID right now. So that takes a while to see the increase, which we're seeing, a plateau, and then the decrease. And so I hope that we can get as much vaccine out as possible so that we can continue to kind of suppress the virus's community-based activity. But it is going to be a bit of a race to get vaccine out, to keep people, even while they get vaccinated, Lindsay, something that I think a lot of people forget, even when you get 1 and 2 shots, takes a while for your body to get immunity, and we still don't have enough data to know if you can't give it to someone else. So we have to get these vaccines to keep ourselves healthy, but I have to still put on my mask, do the distance, do the hand washing thing, which is really tiresome, but that is part of the picture. So overall, 2021 is going to be a better year. Schools are going to open, restaurants, but it's going to be a transition phase to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you talk a little bit, and we'll dive into more questions about the vaccine in a minute, but can you talk a little bit about what we're seeing right now in the pandemic overall? Obviously, LA is really terrible right now, as you said. And what are some of the serious repercussions if we don't take this seriously right now? Because we've obviously been in this for over a year. There are other countries who have done a much better job at taking care of this. So what are we seeing right now, and what is going to happen if we don't get more serious about it?
Yeah, it's a great set of questions. So I'm a numbers based. I have a public health degree, and we kind of live and die by numbers. So let me just give you some of the numbers to level set. So 41 states currently have like an R0 or an infection rate that's above 1, meaning for every person that gets COVID, more than 1 person is getting infected, which means the virus is winning. That's in 41 states. So things are going in the wrong direction in that regard. There are, however, some states where cases are plateauing or coming down. The problem that's really concerning is that multiple states are reporting a dramatic rise in hospitalizations. And we know that when hospital capacity gets limited, then that just becomes an unfortunate kind of, it's a cascade of events that is not good. Here's some good news. I mean, I say this because we were worried, if you'll recall, Lindsay, you and I even talked about what was being called a twindemic, if you remember. So there was concern that we would have all the cases of COVID-19 that we have, but that we would also have a bad flu season. We do not seem to be having that. It seems like for whatever different reasons, we have radically suppressed our normal rates of the flu, which I just want to say is good news. So we avoided that kind of twindemic that we had been talking about. I do want to highlight, because it's a global, and maybe I know we've got HuffPost viewers from other countries. Europe has certainly been an incredible source of concern, much in part to this UK strain that has dominated cases in London, as we know, South London. And the average daily cases in the UK has been about 50,000, which is a lot. And we know, of course, the lockdowns, et cetera. Italy is about 16,000 cases a day, France at about 16, Spain, 25,000. So we are seeing a lot of what I would call volatility in the European Union with numbers of cases. And then we have other kind of parts of the country that are quiet, kind of East Asia, the Pan-Asian Pacific Rim. So globally, people are concerned. South Africa has seen some of this variants, Brazil, Japan. So we have concern about these mutations. I think that what I'm kind of hopefully giving some silver lining is that our vaccines that are available look like they're effective against these mutations. That's a good thing. But I keep kind of giving this analogy. If you think about the virus being in one lane of a sprint and the vaccines being in one lane of the sprint, I really want Usain Bolt to be in the vaccine lane of the sprint. Right now, Usain Bolt is powering the viral lane of the sprint. So we have to get to where we are giving a lot more vaccine and getting people immunized than we are, unfortunately, transmitting this virus.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to launch into a few questions about the rollout of the vaccine and just what people can expect once it's their turn to get the shot. But before I do that, I want to turn it over to Jem really quickly, because we're going to launch our first poll of the discussion.
Yep. Are people seeing the poll?
I'm not seeing it on my, there we go.
Oh, there it goes. Great. So we have a question for you, our audience today. If you were offered the vaccine today, would you get it? And this is something both our speakers are really interested in hearing about from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kavita, just to throw it back to you while people answer this question, I know you talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but how do you feel overall that the vaccine rollout is going, and what needs to happen to increase more shots in more people's arms?
Yeah, I mean, look, if I'm in the mood to give analogies today, like if we, if I were a school teacher and our grading us, we'd fail, we'd get an F. The country would get an F because, who would believe, Lindsay, that we would have this incredible supply of vaccines, freezer shelves, et cetera, refrigerators, and that we just can't get them into people's arms. Now, I did, I actually tweeted this. I called a couple of friends in Mississippi. In Mississippi, they said the state has run out of vaccine. So, but it's not clear if that's because the state is holding on to the second doses, which all of the currently available vaccines require. So they're holding on to those second doses, or if they've truly run out. But the majority of the country has not gone anywhere near kind of finishing up their supply. So we get an F. However, we will get better at it, like much like a person who wants to improve their grades, states and localities. And I'm just going to be blunt. This is not meant to be political, but we're going to be hearing from President-elect Biden tonight. And I think part of what we will hear is that they're going to bring a lot more federal resources to help in cases where you need to staff. Because I think some of this, Lindsay, is just, look, hospitals had to store these vaccines because of the freezer requirements, especially the Pfizer one. And those special freezers aren't available at your local drugstore. So you need these hospitals, which are also getting slammed with COVID patients. But the hospitals alone can't do it. So I think having better resources to provide humans that can help and give the vaccines. I staff a vaccine clinic. You don't need to be a doctor to give them. I can train 10 people probably to do it safely. That's going to get us over the hump. And so you're already hearing about stadiums that are going to do 10,000 vaccines a day. I think that's an incredibly important solution. And when we give vaccines, we try to do the priority populations. But I'll be honest, Lindsay, if I've got a couple of doses, each of the vials that we use have 10 doses. If I have an extra dose and it's about time to finish and someone hasn't shown up for their appointment, I'm going to give it to you if you come in off the street, because we don't want to waste it. And the goal is to get everybody vaccinated.
Right. I just want to ask a question on that, actually, because I know that there have been reports of that happening. Are they then going to be in touch with the people who happen to get that, random dose that's left over to get their second dose, or how is that going to work? Yeah. And obviously we don't want people to be like hanging out at their local pharmacy just waiting for this to happen. But
it's a great question. Yeah, they are doing a couple of things I've seen, and I've kind of looked across different states. Most states are, first of all, everybody's giving you a card. I've got a card. I wish I'd brought it with me. I've got a card that shows when I got my shots and where and who gave it to me. But paper is not 2021. So there are going to be electronic reminders. I would say, though, just as anybody listening and watching, I would say if you get one of these vaccines, you should go ahead and on your phone, which everybody has, kind of put in 28 days optimally for Moderna, 21 days for Pfizer. But I've gotten a lot of questions like, what if I can't make my appointment until day 32? Is that okay? Yes, it is okay. So people should do as much as they can, but take some responsibility, not assuming that you'll get contacted proactively. But yes, people are emailing and saying you're due for your second shot. Yeah. Please make it. Yeah,
that's great. I'll have Jen put up the answers to the poll real quick. So it seems like, that is amazing. An overwhelming majority, 89% plan on getting the vaccine, which is wonderful, because I know that there is a lot of vaccine hesitancy out in the country, and that can be a huge issue for herd immunity, which is why I want to know from you, Kavita, when do you think that we'll reach a point in the pandemic when we'll reach herd immunity and like maybe potentially go back to normal, so to speak?
Yeah. So you'll hear estimates. I think we were hearing, and even myself, I was saying kind of 70 to 80% of a population. Let me just level set again. Flu shots are given every year, and only about 45% of the country gets flu shots. So, it's a reminder that we don't need 100%, but we do need a lot. So I would say that we'll have to look at this more regionally, Lindsay. So in your kind of region, i.e. part of your state or even your city, we want to get those rates as high as possible. And you've heard now also some controversy potentially that Dr. Fauci said the rates might need to get higher. And the reason I think he's just giving that broad range is that when you have kind of the virus at this high level of activity like we're seeing around the country, where the whole country is kind of red with new cases, you really do have to have an incredible amount of immunity, either by natural infection or by vaccine itself, to kind of suppress that activity of a virus. My next analogy is a wildfire. If the vaccine is an incredibly effective garden hose, it's not going to put out a wildfire no matter what you do, but it will be able to put out a smaller fire. So I think that we're going to see regional kind of effects of this immunity. And I'm truly hoping, I've kind of said, like, summer is going to be a real shift. People will be outdoors. We will see more venues opening and operating. We might still be in this in-between phase. There's been a lot of debate about whether we need to wear masks or not, but I think we'll see more normalcy from just our daily lives, travel, things like that by the summer.
That's great. I want to talk quickly as we are speaking about the vaccine. There's obviously a group of people who are not able to receive the vaccine, number one, mainly being children, because they weren't included in the vaccine trials, and that could potentially affect school reopenings and stuff like that. So I want to get your thoughts on that. And do you know of any studies that are underway to test the efficacy in kids later on, or what's the latest with kids in the vaccine?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very heavily steeped in this. I work with a lot of school districts because they're all asking the same question, and especially low-income school districts where I think the ratios and the resources are just very low. And so let me just say this. Both of the current manufacturers are studying the effectiveness of the vaccine in children ages 12 and older. So Pfizer has had authorization for 16 and above. Moderna has authorization for 18 and above, but both are in the field with trials for 12 and older. And then what we will see is people will look at that data and the safety of it, and then they'll kind of do like a de-escalation where they then look at the next maybe 4 years, 8 and above, et cetera. I do not think, I myself have a 4 and a 6-year-old. I do not expect that they will be offered a vaccine or that we will know about whether they can be vaccinated this year, because we want to have as much data as possible, and that's just going to take time. So what does that mean for kids? It means here's the other thing we know. We know that children just do not get the severity of COVID that adults do. That does not mean they don't get it. The American Academy of Pediatrics reported about 2.9 million children have had it. So they're a significant percentage, but the number of those children that have been hospitalized and unfortunately have died is much lower. I don't want to compare the two, because if you're a parent, even if your child is healthy, you worry about it. But if the adults, especially teachers and school workers, are immunized, it makes the probability of transmission incredibly low, because what we've seen in schools is adults to kids. We have not seen that many cases of kids to adults or kids to kids. So if you have enough adults immunized, then I do feel like schools should be able to reopen soon. And that's exactly why I think I was long an advocate for putting teachers in one of the highest ranking populations and priorities, like with healthcare workers, because I think so I'm hopeful that those of you who have children or know people in school who are virtual like mine are, that we'll get them back in person in hopefully a matter of months soon.
Yeah, that would be wonderful. I know that would be such a relief to parents.
And can I just jump in? Sorry, sure. I'm so sorry. I just realized I totally forgot to mention something, and that is that we have closed captioning here today. So if anybody wants closed captioning, if it's easier for whatever reason, just click the closed captioning on the bottom. And I'm so sorry, I just forgot to mention it with the instructions, and someone just put it out. We do have it today, so hopefully that will make it easier for more people to participate. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen. Well, I'm actually going to have you launch our second poll since we've started talking a little bit about reopenings, and I want to dive into that more. So if everyone's ready to participate in the second one, we'll put that up. We are curious about what you are most looking forward to doing first when COVID-19 cases come down. There's a lot of options on here, so I'm curious to see everyone's thoughts on that. And so Kavita, we talked about schools. What do you think about businesses and them, you know, like some of these locations reopening safely? I know people are curious, particularly about indoor dining and fitness centers and places like that that are normal parts of our lives.
Yeah, I think that so I do think that those are going to be reopening in phases, but what will be interesting, Lindsay, is to see to what degree businesses require proof of immunization, to be honest. And we've already seen the EEOC, the kind of employment commission that helps to regulate laws, employment rules in the United States. They've weighed in and said that it's okay to mandate vaccinations in the workplace, a requirement for vaccination in the workplace, as long as you provide for exceptions, which I find very interesting. And you may all, you know, you've now heard about people requiring immunity passports. Some airlines have already said they're going to require proof of immunization. So you could imagine that if there's like an easy way to kind of demonstrate, you know, I'm immunized on my phone, that might become a bit of currency. Two things with that. One, we have to make sure that we don't have these unintended consequences with populations, parts of the country, rural country, parts of the urban cities that haven't had access to vaccines and have had problems historically. We have to make sure they do not have an unintended kind of consequence due to the lack of access. And then number two, we don't want this to become kind of a two-part state where, you know, people are immunized and then we just have like, you know, this kind of population like that's left out. So we'll have to struggle through that. But I do think that it'll allow for gyms and restaurants and bars and places to start to reopen. First at reduced capacity, because I do think there's going to need to be, until we have this data on, Lindsay, if I'm immunized, can I get you infected even if I don't get sick from it? Until we have that data, we're going to have to still do all those things I just said and wear all those precautions. So it'll be a little slow, but it'll happen. Like I said, I'm hoping again by the summer, much more of that activity is returned to normal.
Right. That would be great. And you actually bring up a good point, because I feel like a lot of people have this question about the vaccine and just whether or not, you know, if they can get someone sick, even if they're already vaccinated. So can you talk a little bit about that? And also if you know when that data might be available, so we have a little bit more confidence in that.
Yeah, I did hear, by the way, the Pfizer CEO, Albert Bourla, on an interview on CNBC actually mentioned that they're hoping that sometime in February, they'll have some of that data around whether or not, you know, people who are immunized can give it to other people. So that's right around the corner. But we'll need to also see that from Moderna and from, you know, future manufacturers. But I'll just say this, we're too new with the vaccine experience across the world to have kind of quote cases where they know they got it from someone who's immunized, but people are watching for that. I will say something that's happened here in the United States that kind of illustrates, you know, that the vaccines, one, it takes time to develop that immunity. And two, something that I think is hard to explain, I've found it challenging to explain. The vaccine doesn't prevent your nasal passage from allowing for the coronavirus to come and replicate. What it does do is that once that coronavirus, spiky virus, comes into your body somehow, it does prime your immune system to respond and quickly fight it so that you don't get the disease. And that's really what we want. So, but the vaccine doesn't necessarily kind of sterilize you from getting the coronavirus. So we have heard now about several members of Congress who have tested positive, some of whom have been sick and had to go to the hospital or to clinics, but even though they've been immunized, and that shows, number one, you know, it takes a while, even with the 2 doses, to build up your immunity. And number two, it's the intention of the vaccine is to prevent you from becoming really sick or dying, which is exactly what we've been worried about. But it doesn't necessarily eliminate the coronavirus. That will not happen, Lindsay, until so much of the population is vaccinated that the activity level of SARS-CoV-2, which causes COVID-19, becomes like the other coronaviruses that cause the common cold. And that's what we're aiming for with getting most of the population immunized.
Yeah, and that also kind of plays a role in these potential mutations that you talked about earlier and that people are so concerned about too, right? So do you know about how the vaccine will protect people from future mutations, and what might that look like maybe a year from now? Obviously, we don't know for sure, but what do experts guess?
Yeah, the good news is all the mutations we've been talking about are all the mutations of that spiky protein, which is kind of the nemesis of the coronavirus, the spiky kind of red protein that we've all grown to to recognize. And the vaccines luckily have the ability to develop kind of a polyclonal antibody response, meaning the vaccines are so elegant that it's not necessarily just dealing with protecting you against these point mutations. It actually helps facilitate an immune response to multiple receptors, kind of that protein can attach to, that spike can attach to. So it's incredibly unlikely that these vaccines are not effective against the mutations. What is more likely is that they might not be 95% effective, which is the data we heard from Pfizer and Moderna, but it might be 88% effective, or we might see degrees of decrease of efficacy. That tells me a couple of things. Number one, it tells me that we should be rest assured the current vaccines are very effective, period. But number two, it tells me, Lindsay, that this might be the kind of virus where we don't have these 2 shots and we're done forever, but we might need booster shots at 2 and 3 years or 5 years, or we might need yearly shots. Moderna has some trial data that shows that their immunity from the vaccine lasts at least a year. And so we know that it can last at least a year, but maybe longer. And because of the speed that we needed to develop a safe vaccine, we just don't have experience, which is why I have very honest conversations with patients when they say that they're nervous because they've got immune issues, or we talked about children. The vaccine has not been studied explicitly in pregnant or breastfeeding women. So I try to have these honest conversations about what we studied and what we didn't, and help people make informed decisions. And I would encourage anybody who, it sounds like 89%, it sounds like the majority of people want to get the vaccine, but certainly have a conversation if you're hesitant in any way.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I want to bring up the answers to our poll number 2 about what people are looking forward to the most. Seeing family and friends and travel is a close second. I voted for travel. I'm looking forward to all of that. I want to know, I think you mentioned this earlier, but just for people who are curious about very specific things, I'm thinking like big weddings or concerts and sporting events, stuff like that. When do you see that happening? At least in the earliest, or how do you see that sort of playing out after people have the vaccine?
Yeah, I do think that concerts and venues, again, I would say that we will likely not see anything until the fall in terms of kind of explicit, pay your time and pay your ticket and be kind of very close to somebody. But that could become a more likely possibility in the fall. And it's simply because of just not knowing whether we have, enough of the population vaccinated, what the activity level of the virus is. But I would see like movie theaters, concerts, kind of large, what I'll call gatherings of weddings. A lot of people are downsizing weddings, but kind of larger weddings, I would see more optimism about the fall. I still think that it's possible to begin to do some of this in the summer and late spring, depending on kind of where, what region you're in and how immunized people are. I know New York Mayor de Blasio made an announcement that he wants to get, like next week, 1 million New Yorkers vaccinated. And, if you can actually really charge up your vaccine efforts, the entire island of Manhattan, in 2 months, then you could start to see like summer events or things that are safe, as long as we have the majority of people.
Yeah. And as a New Yorker, that sounds ideal to me. What do you think? I mean, obviously it's going to take some time. Hopefully they ramp up the vaccinations and all of that. But what do you think is quote unquote safe for people to do who haven't been vaccinated yet? I know the winter is going to obviously be really hard, and we should be staying at home as much as possible and doing all of these virus prevention measures. But what is safe? What would you say people can proceed doing, either starting now into the spring or in the spring when more people are vaccinated, but we don't have that herd immunity yet?
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to say it, unfortunately, not much changes. And that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's what we started with, that that infectivity rate above 1. I mean, we have, just to lay the groundwork, we have community spread of the virus. What that means is that we no longer can really tell where people are getting the virus from. It's so prevalent in our population that what's very common that I see are people who swear they haven't left the house, they haven't done anything, and they're positive. So that just indicates, so I think it's going to be really hard to give anybody safe advice on. Now, having said that, what for me, I have to balance that, and I would tell people to think about is your mental health. So I can tell you right now that, I had a patient whose family member was dying. And even though, they were going to make exceptions to allow for visitors because she was going to die quickly. And I think it was important for that person to get on a plane and to go visit that family member, even though that puts her at risk. And so I think if you're going to take risks, think about why you're doing them. But please, please, please try to do what you can, either to quarantine before, quarantine after, and get tested, ideally like day 5 to day 7 after you have kind of an exposure or some concerns, and just be responsible about that. But I unfortunately, I would say, Lindsay, and maybe I'll use myself. I mean, I'm immunized and I haven't changed any of my behavior. And it's for that reason that, we're just at a high level of community prevalence. And as I told you, the vaccine doesn't prevent you from getting it. But so, there is a statistical, I could get it, and I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah, no, I think that's really important to point out, because a lot of people think that once they have the shots, they can just go and see their family or hang out. Yeah.
But however, like I said, when we get to that level where the virus, kind of that infectivity is crushed, and we brought it back down to the way it was, the way the cold is, then it's like the flu or the cold. They still cause serious illness and death, but nowhere near the levels we have today.
Right, absolutely. Well, I want to make sure that we leave enough time for questions, so I'm just going to ask you one final one that I have myself. What do you want everyone to know about COVID-19 right now in this moment? If our audience needs to take away one message or one important thing with them, what do you want that to be?
Yeah, so number one is the fact that despite how fast this vaccine was developed, I have looked at the detailed phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 data. It is incredibly safe in a way where, I mean, it's sometimes hard to believe, but it was also reassuring to see that data reproduced by Moderna, and not exactly, but similar data, similar vaccines. And so, number one, this is an incredibly safe and effective vaccine. And I highly, highly, highly encourage, it sounds like this is a group that wants to get it. Try to do what you can to educate other people. It does not interfere with your DNA. It doesn't alter parts of your body naturally. It doesn't change the genomics of anything in your body. So just, that's number one. Number two, I would just kind of echo, like, this is going to be a year of transition. So in terms of COVID, continue to do what you can and act as if everybody you see might have it. And that's how I would kind of guide the interactions we might have, even if you get vaccinated.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I think we're going to move now on to our questions, because I know that we have a lot of them. If we have one of our moderators come back in and ask the first one.
Hello. Yeah, so I just wanted to, first of all, let you know we had so many questions in advance of this event. We had, I think, 350 questions. So I know you all have a lot to ask our speakers. Thank you so much, Lindsay and Kavita, for everything so far. It's been such an interesting discussion. We did try to tailor our discussion to get to a lot of these questions that we got, but if you still have questions, please go ahead and just raise your hand by clicking on participants and then raise hand. If you are not able to ask live and still have a question, you can reach out to one of the moderators as well. And then if you decide you are going to ask live, I'll unmute you and bring you up. So our first question comes from Michael Merker. I've just asked him to unmute.
I unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hi, Michael. Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Great.
And to answer your question about will I get a vaccine, I just got my email saying that I could register for a vaccine. And then, of course, you get a list of sites, and every one of them has no appointment dates. So I actually just signed up to get a vaccine. It's 97 miles from me. It's the farthest. They'll go up to 100 miles. So I'm going to drive over an hour and a half in about a week, which is the first one they have available, and I'll go down and get my vaccine there.
Well, I can't wait to hear how it goes. But
yeah, I'm looking
did you have
forward to
a
it.
Question as well?
Yeah, the question was, given the what I think is really unbelievable pushback against wearing masks, which is a simple way to keep people safe. How likely is it that we're going to really get to, a high degree of percentage of people vaccinated? Because the anti-vaxxers are strong amongst us, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael, I think it's obviously something that I've been very concerned about. And I think why Lindsay and I kind of started the conversation with, talking about how happy we were with the number of people wanting to get vaccines on this. But yes, Michael, you're right. The hesitancy is real. I do think that much like mask mandates became political, vaccine mandates might become just as political. But I do think you're going to see a lot of places like workplaces and schools, airlines mandating the immunization. So that might help a little bit. And then I feel pretty strongly like this has to be one of those kind of things where we have to make it so easy that you can't say no. And even the anti-vaxxers, some proportion of them you can kind of chip off by making it so easy and having it available almost on every curb stop. So that would, but you're absolutely right. I do think that number of hesitant people is shrinking. I don't mean it's nothing, but we do know from at least kind of polling, for what polling is worth, we thought that number might be as high as like 40 to 48%. And we know lately with the data and the information we have, especially, Michael, if we can do one of the vaccines up for approval potentially in the next couple of months is a one-shot vaccine. That can be really helpful for people who are hesitant. If we can get one shot and get immunization, that will be kind of a really easy way to do it. I want to just say there's also people much later stage that are looking at developing an intranasal version. So, that way we chip away at the anti-vax kind of sentiment and get some proportion of that to convert to getting vaccinated safely.
Thank you. We have a question we actually have quite a few questions from our Facebook live stream. One of them is from Terry Williams, who asks, do experts agree that stay-at-home orders work? How does permitting billions of international travelers to jet set everywhere lower the pandemic rates, let alone honor stay-home orders?
Yeah, so if you look at the literature on stay-at-home orders do not necessarily work unless they are implemented in conjunction with a pretty robust tracing program as well as travel restrictions. So you'll recall, obviously, the United States had a pretty aggressive stay-at-home kind of period. During that time, if you look at mobility data based on GPSs and cell phones, we did see that people's movements physically went down. So in effect, it did help. If you'll recall, obviously New York and some parts of the country were just like LA County is, and Tennessee and New York now are on fire. So it did achieve some effect. As you recall, though, we did have travel restrictions, a number of restrictions. And I think the pandemic was so new that I really do think we had a scared public. I do not think stay-at-home orders at the stage we are in with the virus's activity are going to be effective. I would find it far more effective, given how respiratory this virus is, to be very clear about the role of masks. And I would feel much more comfortable seeing mask mandates in places where strangers are gathering, et cetera.
Thank you. We have, let's see, a hand raised now from Sandra Jackson Opuku. I'm going to ask you to unmute Sandra, and please let us know where you're from and go ahead and state your question.
Hi, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. And my question is, I have some of the comorbidities, including age, autoimmune, compromised system, and diabetes. And I'm wondering, I have not gotten the vaccination yet, but I'm wondering that once I am vaccinated, when or if it would be safe for me to travel. I canceled I'm a writer, and had into 2020 4 artist residencies scheduled, which I canceled or postponed all of them, and I'm hoping to be able to get them in today, this year, including one that begins in March. So I'm just wondering if that's something that
Yeah.
is.
So with the currently available vaccines, you need both doses to get the optimal effectiveness. And we know that the immune response in the body, the most optimal is after that second shot, usually on the order of 7 to 10 days after that second shot. So it does take time to build up that immunity. So I certainly would not encourage any activity before you've got the full protection of the 2 doses. So end to end, that can take, 8 to 10 weeks, basically, so, just depending on which shot and kind of your immune system. The fact that you're immunocompromised means that you could have less of a response, but not nothing, but less than the 95%, which was studied in the trial. The trials included people with chronic conditions, but everybody's different. So we know that some people might respond differently. So if you're asking when would it be safe with those conditions and with COVID, when to travel, I would give you 2 caveats. Number one, I would not travel. I would continue all the same things we do, even if I travel today, the masks, et cetera, doing everything you can to protect yourself as much as possible, including what I had kind of mentioned to Lindsay with the quarantine activity of yourself. You still, even with the immunizations, you would want to consider how to protect others in case we don't know if you can infect other people. And then number 2, the only thing I would say is that think about where you're traveling. Chicago has had an incredible dramatic increase in cases. You're obviously not going to travel right now. You're talking about March. I would look at the community transmission rates of the place you're going to and where you're coming from, because that's really the kind of risk you have to take. You can control the risk as much as possible on a plane, in an airport, in a taxi. Those are all things you have to consider. But you also have to think about how widespread. If you're going to LA and your residence lands you in LAX and there's still 1 in 3 infected, I would not recommend that for anybody, especially for someone with chronic conditions. So I would weigh the different risk factors and think about, you're going to take a risk doing this. It won't be risk-free. What is that degree of risk that you're comfortable with, even with the immunizations? And I would just think about it that way.
Thank you. We got lots of hands up. One thing I wanted
I'll
to
try
ask.
to run through quickly.
Thanks.
Jennifer, yeah,
You're doing
let
a
me
great
try
job.
to do a round. Yeah, I'll do a better job. Go ahead.
You're doing great. Okay, so several people are asking, what are the ingredients in the vaccine? Like they didn't understand what actually it is made of. And that comes from both several people on Facebook and several people in the room here with us.
Yeah, so the messenger RNA vaccine I'll say it's, in my opinion, it's kind of one of the most elegant things I've ever seen in my life. Sorry, I've got got one of those emergency notices on my phone. So that kind of anyway, sorry about that. So basically it's called a messenger RNA vaccine because it is literally like a messenger. It kind of comes into the cell through an injection into the upper arm muscle. And then our body's natural cells use what's encoded in that messenger RNA, kind of a protein particle, to actually recreate and redesign the spiky protein to make that. And then our cell actually uses the instructions. What's inside is actually a series of kind of particles that are encapsulated in lipid. And once the cells read what the message is in the messenger RNA, our natural cells break down that messenger RNA and actually get rid of it. So it's literally made out of kind of subparticles that are not live anything. They're not live virus. They don't contain COVID. They're not DNA. They literally are, think of them as protein kind of subunit particles encased in a lipid kind of base to make them stable, injected, teaches our cells how to write something so that we can recognize that spike protein when it comes into our body and create an immune response to it. But then it breaks down the messenger RNA and gets rid of it. So there's actually no proof. If you take all the cells in our body weeks after a shot, you wouldn't see any evidence of that messenger RNA whatsoever.
Really interesting. We had a follow-up from Alan Gottsman. So I'm gonna see if he wants to kind of come up now. I've asked him to unmute. Okay, well, oh yeah, there he is.
Hi there, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I understand how the mRNA works, and it teaches the body to make this protein, and the immune system sees it and reacts to it. But the immune system basically evolved to recognize foreign proteins, alien invaders. The protein that we make is not alien, we just made it. Why does the immune system think it's foreign when in fact, technically it's not? We just made it.
So it does remember it. The body actually creates kind of memory cells, memory antibodies in response. So it does actually have a way, it is triggering kind of a memory, if you will. So it is foreign in the sense that it's not a normal protein that we naturally make in our body, but you're right, it's not necessarily foreign, but it triggers memory cells, which know that this was something in our bodies that we need to have an immune response to, and activates kind of the T cell and kind of B cell cascade. So all it's doing, it is relying on the fact that the body has seen it before to get like the full-fledged immune response, if you will. I think that's answering your question. I'm not sure. The outside inside part is, it's both are true, essentially, that your body recognizes it, but it recognizes it as something that it should mount these immune responses to. And it actually has cells, we call them memory cells, to do just that.
Great. Thank you. We have a question now from Twitter asking if there's any advice you have helping to convince skeptical elders to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I try not to kind of come at this as a, downward like force type of event. I just try to walk through and understand. Usually people's skepticism is rooted in usually lack of clarity, or they have confusion or questions about it. Even just trying to understand what the vaccine is and isn't. So I would try to get at the heart of like, what's really kind of, what is underneath it? Is it the fact that this was done so quickly? Is it that, is it reassuring? Sometimes it helps to tell people that we've had tens of millions of people vaccinated. Right now we're at about 12 million people vaccinated. So we know kind of what their experiences are, what my side effects were, and hopefully that'll help. But I think the thing I would not advise is to kind of reprimand them or try to, dismiss whatever it is that's making them not want to do it.
Yeah. Lindsay, I wonder if you have anything to add to this, because I know you've written a bit about this.
Yeah, so I think Kavita is spot on in what she's saying in terms of approaching it from an emotional and understanding standpoint. I focus a lot of my writing on mental health, and that obviously plays a huge role in this pandemic, and people's fears are incredibly heightened right now. My approach would just be to, what Kavita said, sit down, explain things to them, inquire why. I personally am a data person, and there's tons of data that is available right now on the efficacy of the vaccines and the side effects. I feel like a lot of people have been really fearful of the side effects. So going over them and explaining that, the side effects doesn't mean that you have the virus. It's just what happens when you get most vaccines. If you remember, most people get a flu shot every year, your body reacts to that as well. But I think approaching it from an empathetic and understanding standpoint is really important, just because we're all in this heightened state of anxiety right now. And there's a difference between being hesitant about getting the vaccine because of a fear and being an anti-vax person. So I think that it's important to be empathetic in that situation.
Thank you so much for that. Wow, we have so many questions. Okay. I'm going to now bring up Jean Skoblar Please let me know if I've totally butchered your name and where you're from, and state your question.
Hi, it's Scobler. You're pretty close. But anyway,
Thanks.
question is, and I think it was partially answered with the woman that has some immune deficiencies, but with the 2 vaccines that are available, with aging, I know that your ability to mount an immune response decreases. So is there any history on or data on how well older people respond to these vaccines, or if one is better than the other, et cetera?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thanks for asking that. And Moderna, so all the trials were really trying to look at safety and kind of the efficacy on the profile to reduce death and severe hospitalizations. Moderna did have, I'm just going to pull up maybe I can share it. Moderna did have a subset where it did look at older patients, and that's where they did see decreased efficacy, 82%, in the range of 82 to, I want to say 88%, but I'll get so you're absolutely right. And that was seen after the age of 65. And I just want to make sure I'm getting the deaths. I couldn't remember, I need to kind of, sometimes the tables in the data set are kind of conflated for me because I've looked at both of them. So I'll tell you in a second, but while I'm pulling that up, it is an important point that we do not necessarily have kind of every permutation, people who are elderly with certain diseases, et cetera. So I do think that it's very normal to to see different levels of efficacy, even maybe in younger people with some sort of chronic conditions. But I just want to say the the FDA in the United States had set a 50% efficacy bar, which is what they were looking for. We far exceed that. So, okay, so the Moderna trial did have a higher proportion of people who were older, over the age of 65, who actually had COVID compared, even in the vaccine arm compared to the placebo group. So they did look at over 65. I don't see the breakdown, but I know it's there. And so we do know that there were decreased efficacy, which is why until we get to that kind of more broader immunity or herd immunity, I would continue to take all those precautions so that you can hopefully not get the illness, but also not get the illness and potentially not put anyone else at risk.
Thanks so much for that. Now, let's see, going back to, I'm trying to be fair to all the people who are watching on the live streams as well. One question we have from Facebook is if there's any alternative to vaccines.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and fill in a blank on the rest of that question. Alternative to the vaccine to kind of prevent getting sick. I'm not sure if that's where they're going. Unfortunately, no, there are trials in the field across the world to see if there's any medications or treatments that can be, quote, preventive in getting coronavirus or getting coronavirus and getting infected. But so far, none of those have had any success. So there is no alternative that you could take as a treatment or an injection or something that could kind of be taken before you could potentially get sick. We do have more and more effective treatments if you do get sick, and monoclonal antibodies, remdesivir, there are other dexamethasone, which is a steroid. So there are treatments which are incredibly helpful in and also preventing death if you are hospitalized or you do get sick, but nothing that prevents you from getting there.
Thank you for that. And we have a question from Twitter asking about the mutations. Given that the virus has mutations already, is it safe to say that everyone will have to get a yearly injection like with flu shots? Does that mean that COVID is here to stay forever? So I think people are wondering how concerned to be, basically.
Yeah, a coronavirus, SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID, is here forever. It will become, but what we hope to do is kind of suppress its level of activity, where it's like its other cousins, the other coronaviruses which cause the common cold. That's the goal. So it's not going to be erased off of the face of the earth. So yes, coronavirus is something and COVID, for people who get sick from it, is something we will have to live with. But I do believe that, first of all, the number of mutations that have been significant are incredibly slow. And the reason I say slow is that the coronavirus is actually very effective at reproducing itself and not having too many mutations, but still being very effective as a virus. Could those mutations accelerate if it realizes the viral activity is suppressed and it realizes there's no way to spread throughout the population? It's possible. And yes, it could be possible that we need, maybe at worst case, a yearly vaccine. But I think that's the worst case scenario. And I'll be honest with you, I'll take it to be able to kind of resume normal life. So I think on the upside case is that we might need a booster, or we might need another shot after 2 to 3 or 5 years. But
we already do that with the flu shot anyway, right? So it's
we have a yearly flu shot, yes, because it mutates enough where our vaccine, and just as another, like Lindsay, the other reason that Moderna data stating that you get about 12 months at least of immunity is critical. With the current flu shot, you only get several months of immunity after the flu shot. So it's incredibly, it's mind-boggling to me that we've got something that's so effective and lasts so long. So because we thought coronavirus might be seasonal, right? Like in the summer it goes away. We were wrong about that. So it's incredibly important that we have something where we know we've got immunity for at least 12 months.
Right.
Thanks so much. Oh my gosh, we still have so many questions. They just keep coming in. I'd like to bring up Cora Samia. Again, please unmute yourself and let us know where you're from, and please correct me if I have messed up your name.
Oh, thank you very much. It's Corey Samia, and I'm in Portland, Oregon. My question is, I had an allergic reaction to the second flu shot I've ever had in my life about 6 years ago. It was hives. It wasn't like my throat closing up, but my doctor told me I should never get another flu shot. Should I be worried about getting this vaccine? I am not allergic to eggs, so that wasn't it. And I don't know if any of the fillers and the COVID vaccine are the same as what was in the flu shot. Just love to know your thoughts.
Yeah, the fillers, the ingredients are not the same. However, and the hives, so I think you can get the shot. I think you should make sure that you let the pharmacist or the doctor or nurse, whoever's giving it to you, know that you've had a reaction that I would classify based on the hives. It's not severe, but still that you've had a reaction, and they are required to kind of monitor you for at least 15 minutes. You might be somebody that I would ask, if you were in my office, to monitor you for 30 minutes just to make sure. But even that is probably a little bit of overkill, because what we're really looking for are people who have had technically what we call severe reactions, which is anaphylaxis, the throat closing. The reason I'm saying that I would still want to watch you is because I have seen cases of patients who have hives, and the hives are pretty severe, and it does cause some respiratory distress. So I would still consider getting this vaccine. I would let them know, and you might need to be monitored for 30 minutes. There has been a study that came out with Pfizer's data that showed that the majority of their allergic reactions happened within the first 15 minutes after administration. And the majority of them were in people who have had a history of severe allergic reactions, closing of the throat, not being able to breathe.
I realize that we're actually out of time. I mean, should we take one more question? Do you have time to stay for one more, or do we
Yeah, sure.
wrap?
Go ahead. I know I said I'd speak quickly, but sometimes it's hard to answer like in a 30-second sound.
Of course, because we have such good questions. All right, Alan Blackley, you're the lucky last questioner. I'm asking you to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So my situation, I do a driving school. I teach kids and adults in a small confines of a car. Try to take precautions with masks, wipes with alcohol. But last year I did stop working for about 5 weeks when the pandemic was really coming on strong. And interestingly, there was a small business grant in South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, that was available for a very small window, short window of time. I applied for it and come to find out that they only reserved $40 million for that. And there was about 213 million in requests. So only 1 out of 4 actually got reimbursed for pandemic related job loss. So my question is, it kind of hinges upon me continuing to work, knowing that I won't be reimbursed. I am considered an essential employee, but right now it seems like the only ones that are getting the vaccines, it's based on age. Is there going to be any other factors where they consider whether you're an essential worker and the close proximity you have to other people in your work?
Yeah, in terms of, yes. And so just, you're absolutely right to point out that age, it's certainly what both President Trump's administration and President-elect Biden's administration have echoed, that it's age, so that, however, frontline essential workers and essential workers, of which, like, you're a good example. You're an educator. I'm not even going to kind of get into it. I would put you in the category of teacher and educator. You are in this next priority category, along with 65 and older. The unfortunate part is that this is all being done kind of in very different ways, depending on what city, county, state you live in. So, but I've looked at the majority of places, and they are still prioritizing, in addition to age, they are prioritizing kind of essential workers, of which you are one because you're an educator. So I do think that you would fall into the higher priority category. But just like you heard from one of the other viewers, I think that what's hard is that you can be in the priority category and all the appointment slots are gone and you have to drive 97 miles. So you may be caught in that time frame. My only advice to you is that I hope that we see a shift in that in about 2 to 3 weeks. You may not want to wait that long, so you may have to take measures like drive 97 miles. But I do think you'll see that we have that ability to kind of hopefully ramp up the vaccine programs in a couple of weeks. And you should be in that priority population.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to really thank Kavita and Lindsay, our speakers today, for such an informative session, and to all of the people who have attended and who participated in this to help inform themselves about what the best thing that they can do right now. Lindsay, did you have a last word?
I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined. I know that covering this pandemic for me as a journalist and an editor has been quite a learning experience, and we're all kind of learning about all of this together. And I'm very excited when it's my turn to get the vaccine. And I just want to thank Kavita as well for joining us, because I think that this has been such an important conversation. And clearly a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. So I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. And for everyone, if you didn't get to leave a question or your question wasn't answered, I do see that we still had so many people with their hand raised and people on Facebook and Twitter. We really we're here to help you answer these questions for you. So we have this email, and we're going to put it in the chat as well, coronavirus.questions@huffpost.com. And our reporters might try to answer them in a future story. We're basically, trying to build a lot of our content around, the questions that you guys have and that you need to live your lives. So definitely feel free to drop them there. We also would love to hear what you think about today's event. We take your feedback very seriously and make changes all the time based on what you tell us. So please take a minute to fill out our short survey. It should take less than 5 minutes to fill out, and it's right there in the chat now. So please go ahead and click on that and fill it out. We were so happy that we're able to bring you this event for free and open to the public, because we know it's such an important topic with high public interest. We are all of our health kind of depending on everybody else to do the right thing. So if you enjoy this event, we have many more planned, and we'd also encourage you to sign up for a HuffPost membership. Membership is free. It gets you to invitations to all of our events, many of which are open to members only, as well as free and discounted tickets to paid events as well. Being part of the HuffPost community also means you'll be able to comment on stories, participate in online forums with journalists and experts like Kavita and Lindsay. So thank you so much for attending today and for all the excellent questions. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. and we hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, everyone.